Should keep watching Ian Devlin's bank accounts.
Yes, I remain vigilant, determined to drag from the shadows any who are in league with the depraved doctor. Perhaps while I work, the master might give further instruction in the art of blonde management, specifically the skills he employs to deal with the Valkyrie or any other member of the tempestuous blonde
I
club.
have a court date for another client this afternoon, but I wanted to come by and start preparing a defense, just in case, hypothetically speaking, anyone in this room inadvertently knifed and killed Logan Hayes last night.
The unworthy one is dead?
His body was found dumped in front of Nicholas Cassadine's free clinic.
Okay, Stone Cold is not responsible. I am his alibi.
And that's what I was afraid of. You need a better alibi.
No, but I was with him. It's the truth.
You are what is known as, in legal parlance, a biased witness, Mr. Spinelli. So who else can account for your whereabouts last night? And for God's sakes, don't say Carly.
I mean, that's who I was with last night. Carly, Spinelli, and Robin. For at least 20 minutes.
Good. Good. Excellent. In fact, a pregnant doctor. That will play brilliantly on the witness stand if this thing ever gets to trial.
Why would this go to trial? I didn't kill Logan Hayes,
And
Diane.
as thrilled as I am to hear that, that's irrelevant. You are going to be a prime suspect because A, Logan Hayes worked for the Zakaras. B, you have been known to do physical violence to Mr. Hayes, especially since he started beating up Mr. Spinelli. And C, Logan Hayes was briefly employed by Corinthos Morgan, where he failed miserably as a bodyguard for the Corinthos children.
That was months ago.
Yeah, and none of it is motive for murder.
There is a history of violence between you and the deceased. And given that your arrest and conviction will effectively neutralize the Corinthos crime family, the police are going to want to question you, probably even charge you.
Then, for Stone Cold's protection, we must ascertain who really did kill Logan Hayes. Your firewalls will crumble. Resistance is futile.
Mr. Grasshopper, if you channel some of this strength and passion into your real life, I can pretty much guarantee that young lady you admire so much, she'll stand up and take notice.
This was exactly the kind of advice I was seeking from Stone Cold earlier. Perhaps the prosperity of justice.
Spinelli, hey, can you focus, please? We got work to do.
What exactly is he doing?
Jackling into various security and monitoring systems around Prince Nicholas's charity clinic, which requires the jackal to neutralize this annoy bot which stands between him and the information he seeks.
Basically, he can access security cameras. We're going to check the area around where Logan's body was dumped. We look for suspicious people, vehicles, but you know what? It could be a long shot.
I respectfully disagree. We have an excellent track record with our previous investigations. You know, with your physical prowess and my cyber dominance, not to mention the skills I honed as a certified private investigator.
You are a licensed PI?
We're well versed in the sacred 49 rules.
He got it on the internet.
Many higher institutions of learning have online courses now.
It is indeed a new age. So pray tell, from what prestigious institution did you gain your degree?
The continent.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
The Continental College of Criminology.
Well, it's alliterative.
Well, many legends of the investigative art are graduates. You know, if Stone Cold should ever consider a career change, we would make an imposing team. Jacqueline, Stone, PIs.
I'd hire you.
Really?
Unfortunately, everything you are now doing is illegal, and none of the evidence you acquire will ever see the light of day in a courtroom.
So, if Stone Cold and I unearth evidence that points to Logan's true killer, well, I should say when, given our impressive
Stop
history.
talking, please, and just get back to work.
Yes, partner. Jacqueline, Stone, PIs have...
There's no Jacqueline Stone anything right now. Just get the footage. Okay? And if we find anything that leads to Logan's killer, Diane, we're going to feed it to you, and you're going to figure out a way to make it admissible in court.
PCPD.
Good afternoon, Detective.
Ms. Miller, how convenient that you're here when I have questions for Mr. Morgan. Now he can't refuse to answer.
Well, that all depends on the nature of the questions.
Logan Hayes was murdered last night. His body was dumped on the sidewalk in front of Nicholas Cassadine's free clinic.
And that concerns my client.
When was the last time Mr. Morgan saw or spoke to Mr. Hayes?
My client declines to answer.
Well, in that case, I am going to take him down to the station for a formal interrogation.
Gosh, this is so bogus. No, they can't.
Mr. Morgan is running a business, and he cannot be expected to drop everything every time the PCPD has a crime they can't solve.
Well, it's certainly his choice not to say anything.
Oh, yeah.
But I am authorized to arrest him. And in case you've forgotten, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you.
It's the third time you checked your watch, Diane.
I'm sorry, I'm representing another client in a custody matter a little later on this afternoon.
I pay you pretty good, right?
Yes, you pay me very well, which is why I raced over to your office the second I heard that Logan Hayes was dead. You say you didn't do it. You've got Mr. Grasshopper working overtime to find out who did do it. But there's nothing I can do to keep the police from holding you for 24 hours. But I managed to stipulate that you get visitation because for some reason you're very popular when you're in custody. So at least this way you'll have company.
No, I'd rather have you get me released.
I am working on it, Jason. Believe me. The only shred of evidence the police appear to have are some numbers off of a license plate from a car that is completely unconnected to you. It's meaningless, and they know it. The judge who signed off on the warrant knows it. Just let them play out their little charade. You don't need me here. You know the drill. Don't say anything until I get back. And look at it this way. You'll be doing another father a tremendous favor.
Number 2, take your hat off. Okay, now, take your time. It's important to get it right. The car you saw last night, the one that Logan's body was dumped out of, were any of these men driving it?